Good evening from LA, wrestling fans, on a day where Vince McMahon has managed to get his way back into creative after, I think, 7 months out of the job. Cody Rhodes also got taken out by Brock Lesnar in what was a hell of a heel turn for Brock, and one which we didn't quite expect. And in addition to all of that, we will also be talking about the WWE Superstore here in LA, Hollywood, and our experiences in it, because we've been in it like, 4 or 5 times during this week, Clark?
The Superstore, I think I totaled at 5.
Wow.
I'm proud of myself, and we'll hear later from the what I would dub the superstars of the Superstore this week.
Yeah.
Anthony and Soul, and as well as Chaos. He deserves a nod in that regard. I actually waited till the 3rd appearance to make my first purchase.
Oh.
But then I went for the trifecta and bought more stuff 4 and 5. So I can't really act like I did a great job self-control wise. Was the Superstore outstanding? Oh my gosh. Excellent.
Absolutely.
Everything about it.
And Soul and Anthony will be getting right into that later on. But I'm your host, Ben Allison, and joining me today, we have Clark Taylor to discuss last night's episode of Raw, and more specifically, that Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes drama. So basically, for those who missed it, the show opened with what Triple H promo, basically saying that everything is normal, everything's good, and WWE is here, then, there, forever. Then out came Roman Reigns, and he started cutting a promo. Cody Rhodes came out, said, well, I'm challenging you to a match. Paul Heyman said no. And then Cody said, well, what happens if I could find a tag partner for tonight? And Roman Reigns was like, sure, as long as they competed last night. And then out came Brock Lesnar, and everyone was like, wait, what? It was a hell of a surprise. And yeah, everyone was hyped for that main event. Roman and Solo had already came out for it, and so did Cody, and then Lesnar and Cody were, fist bumping in the ring. It was all, they were getting hyped, ready to go, and then out of nowhere, F5 from Brock Lesnar to Cody Rhodes. And then there was a 7-minute beatdown. Roman Reigns and Solo quickly escaped the arena and got onto their private jet. But yeah, Brock Lesnar beat up Cody Rhodes for 7 minutes straight in what was a hell of a way to end Raw. And it was not a great episode of Raw, but the Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes stuff was absolutely superb in my opinion. But Clark, we know you're a Brock Lesnar guy, and we know you're not really a Cody Rhodes guy. So what were your thoughts on this segment?
I was in love with both the opener and the closer, and we remember because we were there.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
We absolutely were.
And despite it being kind of a weak, episode, it was one of those ones where the opener and the closer were good.
Yeah,
and from the in-arena perspective, it was hard to tell what the reaction would be. I don't hate Cody, by the way. Hey, we got a comment. It's not that I hate Cody at all. I just think, the narrative along the way was finish the story, and I didn't think they told the whole thing. I think there's a way for him to finish the story and actually tell it as well.
Yeah.
And I think with the torn pec, there wasn't enough time for that. And that would be my answer to that one. To tell it completely. I thought the storytelling, the level of storytelling with the bloodline story involving Sammy was so off the charts. I just had a hard time getting into Cody Roman so quickly. It felt rushed. As much emotion as there was on the Cody side, for me, it was just, I felt like you had to be a hardcore fan to feel so strongly.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do it where the whole place explodes when Cody finally does finish the story, because the whole fan base knows it.
Yeah, and Anthony's saying here that he's glad you clarified that, because not everybody clarifies why they hate
absolutely.
Cody.
No, it's not. I don't dislike Cody the person at all. No. In fact, I think he's an outstanding worker, like 100%.
No, it's just the joke that you were rooting for Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I was rooting for Reigns.
But yeah, no, I mean, But yeah, last night's segment. Are you excited? Does that make you excited to see
back to that. I'm
Lesnar?
sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to get a little distracted there, but the Brock heel turn, I think, long time in the making. I loved it.
Nice.
I liked babyface Brock for what it was, for when it was. I liked babyface Brock in the first place when he turned on or was turned on by Paul Heyman and Big Show. I enjoyed that originally. I enjoyed this cowboy babyface Brock, but it was time to bring the beast back. And we saw him last night. That F5 on the steps was nasty.
Oh, it was. It was
nasty.
brutal.
It was nasty. And Cody Brock is more than just a little intriguing. You know, you've got Lesnar, who's so good when he's motivated and so good with people he trusts working with. And that matchup with him and Cody can work with Brock. I almost am after because I thought, say what you will about the finish Sunday night, I thought the match bell to bell was outstanding.
Cody
and Roman Reigns.
Certainly.
It was unbelievable. The building was electric. And for Cody now to face Lesnar with more time to tell this story and do all of that, I'm not sure that he can't outdo himself. Both Cody and Brock, I think it's a more intriguing matchup than even Roman because of it. There's going to be less politics with the involvement of the bloodline, all of that.
Yeah.
We'll just get Cody Brock
in a
slugfest. I'm excited for that. And then keep nudging the chess piece along.
Yeah.
Storytelling wise, get back to Cody and Roman when the time's right, where everyone understands how important this is to Cody, not just us who watch every week, not just us who watch every minute, listen to interviews, read articles, do all of that, which I love. I love the wrestling community. That's but we need everyone to understand what's going on. I think sometimes
I think a lot of people, especially WWE fans, often forget how casual the majority, not just some, the majority of the WWE viewership is. It's a very casual viewership. So yeah, I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy today because, of course, this entire week we've been like wrestling shows. Tomorrow after the show, I'm gonna be heading back to the United Kingdom. But yeah, I think we got another comment here.
One more.
Anthony Manzano is making a big prediction. He thinks the Creed brothers debut as the bad guy tag team and Triple H pairs them up with Brock. Oh, that would be interesting. I'd actually be down to see that. I mean,
I don't mind that in the least. I found it interesting, the Heyman dynamic last night too.
Yeah,
and I wonder if Heyman is going to be put in a position where he can manage Brock and everybody on Raw. And there's almost like it's kind of unprecedented. It could sound corny, but an unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
You've got the Brock guys on the Raw side. And then this is how you maybe split the titles down the road. And you have the bloodline on the SmackDown side. And if Heyman's willing to work both shows, he's the perfect mouthpiece for both.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that. And I think the Creeds are awesome. I actually think Brutus is, everyone talks about Julius. I don't sleep on Brutus.
No, not at all. They were both very, very talented. And yeah, we're gonna
that's actually a great comment. Before I go,
there's a lot of people predicting that Triple H might do the 2-man power trip.
2-man power trip. It was Triple H and Austin originally, but with Brock and Roman. I love the question. I know there's some typos in there. Wow. That's not your fault, Anthony. Don't blame you. You're the man. But I liked the 2-man power trip initially myself. I thought it was funny. I thought it was the funniest thing that Austin did, or most. It was ironic. It worked at the time. I think as a heel, it was the only thing that pseudo worked for Austin. I wouldn't mind that between Brock and Roman, at least because that's so scary.
Yeah.
And whoever you put past them, you build for life.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think they're gonna have anybody beating Roman at the minute. But I mean, if Roman wasn't champion, I'd say it's a possibility now. I don't think unfortunately that would happen, but that would be a sight to behold. I'll
Absolutely.
absolutely say that. But I mean, even Roman Reigns, I mean, it's probable Roman Reigns isn't going to be involved in Backlash at this point based on last night's episode of Raw. And you
Right.
also noted that you thought he was limping at one point, so
I
perhaps
did
that's a
notice a
factor.
slight, yeah, I don't want to totally over speculate, but I did notice like a slight limp for
Yeah.
Roman. It might be an injury there. I don't know 100%.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I'm not even complaining that he's gone away for Backlash if the main event is Lesnar versus Cody, because that is a big money main event. And
Right.
honestly, it's been a little while since we've seen Lesnar in a main event match, and him versus Cody certainly is a main event match. So it fits. And yeah, I'm excited for it. And we also, of course, saw in terms of WrestleMania Backlash, it looks like Bad Bunny will be teaming with Ray to take on Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. And I'm not mad at that at all either. I think that'll be a fun match. But yeah, we're gonna get more into that in the coming days. I'm absolutely certain about that. But right now we're gonna get on to the next segment, which is what everybody's gonna be talking about. So we're gonna bring in chaos for this. So thank
Absolutely.
you for joining me, Clark. Been
No
an absolute
worries. I'll
blast.
see you guys shortly.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're getting chaos in now to discuss the next big topic, and it is a very big topic because Vince McMahon was back at WWE Raw last night. It's been reported by multiple outlets this morning, including Fightful, PW Insider, Wrestling Observer, and more. Of course, we got Chaos acknowledging his tribal chief, well, actually specifically the Usos in that t-shirt. But yeah, I mean, Vince McMahon was in Gorilla last night. Triple H was started the night in Gorilla as well. However, as the night went on, Triple H left Gorilla, leaving just Vince McMahon there. The script was changed 3 to 4 times depending on where you're getting your information during Raw, which is again a very a very Vince McMahon thing to rip up the script. And yeah, it's not great, is it really? Because WWE television over the past 7 months has been fantastic. Yes, at times certain things we disagree with, certain people we thought could be used better, all of that, but that is going to happen in wrestling. The main thing is everything that was done made sense. However, last night, most things did not make sense. The ending and the finish made sense. Matt Riddle and The Miz, that made sense too. Everything else on the show, I could make a very strong argument it didn't make sense, right? And those of you guys saying, oh, it's only one show, don't ever go at Vince. You can back me up on this, Chaos. I am one of the most pro WWE guys you can find. I defend Vince all the time. I defended his booking all of the time, should I say? But yeah, for years and years I defended him. But the reality is he's past it. And last night's show was awful. It made no sense, and it was certainly not one of the better Raw after Manias in recent years. I wouldn't actually say it was the worst. I thought I think we have seen a few ones which were a little bit worse than that. But Chaos, let's hear your thoughts on it. What was your thoughts on Raw, and do you think Vince being back in Gorilla is going to be bad for business?
Well, the answer to your last question, welcome to the Dark Ages, boys. Welcome back to the Dark Ages.
No.
That's I am not holding my breath on this one. I'll be very surprised if everything's going to be staying the same in terms of quality.
Yeah.
That last night was a testament to that. Obviously we did see some rumblings about how many times the camera crew were getting new sheets sent to them every 45 minutes. I was basically in denial, basically.
Yeah. Everyone was. We were there in Raw. We had lovely seats. It was a fantastic evening.
100%. Shout out to Clark on that.
Yes,
by the way,
absolutely. But the fact of the matter was, I was saying as the show was going on, I was saying, and we were looking on our phones and we were seeing the reports coming in.
Yeah.
We saw notes being passed and all of this stuff, and I was saying, Vince is back. Vince is back.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, it's been a good show. It's been a good show. And then after it, everyone's like, it was not a good show.
Yeah. I mean, whilst it was happening, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, there was some questionable moments, like the Seth Rollins segment, if you want to call it a segment. The the random match with Omos, considering he just got taken out by Lesnar and then he's just going back to squashing people like nothing ever happened. Didn't make any reference about what happened with Lesnar. Uh, you know, the best parts were definitely the beginning segment and the ending segment, 110%, and even the segments that happened backstage with Reigns. That was pretty cool. But yeah, in the middle, it slowly started to feel like a Vince show again with some of the decisions that were made in it. Lashley started randomly picking on Mustafa Ali again. And then obviously when we saw the reports coming in saying that initially Triple H was starting in the Gorilla, and then over the course of the night he was not seeing that Gorilla, and it was Vince that was taking over things. So this guy is such a narcissistic a-hole. I hope you didn't hear that, but yeah, it's such a narcissistic a-hole that he just can't seem to get over himself. And I saw some of the clips and saying that he when he had that interview on was it ESPN or wherever it was, CNBC, he was all saying that like he was ready to walk away, but for some reason Ari pulled him back in. I'm just like, this guy was never ready to walk away. This guy, there's a legal document, you can check it on Google if you want, that he basically held the company to ransom, unless they put him back on the board so he can facilitate the media sales or facilitate the sale of WWE. Sure, maybe of all people, he's the one that knows the company best, and over the course of course of these years, he knows how to negotiate. over the course of time, he knows how to facilitate a good deal. Same thing as done with Saudi Arabia, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
controversial as that may be, but the guy knows how to flush out a deal.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
So fair enough. They want the best person to get that, and he somehow squeezed a lot of money out of this deal with Endeavor. So props to him, but he needs to do that. Be a businessman. You don't need to be in creative. Like, the proof is in the pudding that the show is better without you.
Absolutely.
Shows sell out when you're not at the helm. This would not happen if you were still here all this time, and when the allegations never happened. I would have tuned out by now. Like before for a few weeks while he was in power back last year, I didn't bother watching Raw. I was fine watching the highlights.
No,
So
I was actually, to be brutally honest with you, the same at one point following, because I thought I was waiting for the return of crowds, and then once the crowd returns, it still didn't get much better. But here's what I will say about it in terms of Ari, right? He is somebody who I honestly think what happened with him and Vince was that Vince, he was like, well, no, you shouldn't let them, cancel you and all of this. Your reputation is so strong. You shouldn't leave. You should stay. And I don't think that Ari actively told Vince, you need to return to creative and all that, because I don't think I honestly don't think he pays that much attention to it. I really do not. However, one thing we do know about Ari is that if fans are being loud about it, if they're getting bad reviews, he is somebody who isn't afraid to show his balls. He really, really isn't. Sorry, guys. We.
I know.
But so Ari will honestly, he was not somebody who was afraid to show his balls. So if there's getting negative reviews on all of this, Vince McMahon will be asked to not necessarily change specific things, but be told, well, things need to improve. And at that point, that we could well see Triple H return. So I'm not actually overly worried about it long term, because Ari is somebody who would easily tell Vince McMahon, stop. It's not good enough. He's not some yes man. Ari is somebody who wants to do well. He wants the business to succeed. I honestly do not think that Ari at any point told Vince, go back to creative. I think he just told Vince, don't let them cancel you. This is your baby. Go back to it and help us run it. I think that was how it was presented to him. But obviously, I'm absolutely convinced that he's probably heard about the negative feedback from Raw.
Oh well, I would like to think so, but the guy's got such an ego the size of,
Well, Vince.
Yeah, Vince. Yeah, like it's
He
not like
does,
they said
but
the first time.
it's not up to him anymore. It's up to Ari. Ari can literally fire him.
Let's hope so. Let's really hope so. I mean, I don't wish anyone losing their job and whatnot, but these guys have such an ego. As long as the money's rolling in, and there's a lot of tone deaf fans, or like a lot of casual fans, which I feel like they're the ones they are mainly catering to when it comes to this.
The casual audience didn't like it yesterday, though. Have you seen mainstream articles? Mainstream Sports Illustrated wrote an article on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping so that they actually looks at this. It looks on social media and the thing that and let them know that this ain't just an off episode. Like things all turn for the worse whenever he has any power in creative.
Yeah.
When it comes to Triple H, everything is on. Not to say that it's all roses with Triple H. It has been a couple missteps, but he's more in touch with the product than Vince. Vince doesn't really care about what is good for the people. It's what's good for him, and the proof is in the pudding right there. So, hopefully they actually listen to the feedback and then just tell him to stay away from it, because he just can't help himself, and that's what really annoys me. I'm sorry, but he's like the Arsene Wenger of wrestling. Like he knows the time is like, thanks for the memories. It's time to go.
Well, even the difference between him and Wenger was that once Wenger left, you were like, oh crap. Yes, he wasn't doing a good job, but other people could do worse. But the thing with Vince is Vince left and Triple H did a better job. So I mean, it's but it is similar that he was there for years and years.
Yeah.
And we got 11x123 asking, are you guys only streaming on YouTube? And currently, yes, we are only streaming on YouTube. However, replays will be soon coming to Spotify. And
audio.
That's audio only though. And Lavin and the same guy is asking, when Roman goes on his vacation, who will Paul Heyman go to? Could it be Solo or like Braun Breaker? I don't think the vacation's happening now. I think it might take a month off now to perhaps just take a little bit of a break. But I just don't think we'll see Heyman on TV.
No.
But he'll still be doing things behind the scenes and all of that stuff. But going back to the Vince thing very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Before we pass the show over to Sol and Anthony. The real question is, was last night a one-off? Was it just because Vince was in LA? If next week now that that the next place and all that, will it be business as usual and Vince will just keep check the champions, the major results are going the way which he wants them to go, but on a week-to-week basis the show is being booked by Triple H and Triple H alone?
We will only know on Friday, because Friday is in Portland.
Yeah.
If he's there, the end is near. That's what I'm saying. We want, obviously, maybe it's just a coincidence because Sunday and Monday, I still feel like he had a lot of fingers dipped into Sunday, considering especially how, funny enough, the report was announced that they were close to a deal.
Yeah.
And then we saw certain matches end the way they did, and then obviously, he was fully in control on Monday. So I still think he did have some influence on that.
Everybody is saying, by the way, that the main event of Mania was not Vince influenced.
We will never know.
No.
I mean, they say that. I partially I don't buy it. I mean, even when Triple H with the conference, and someone asked him about he's beating Cody, he's done, like, the story should have ended now. Why are you carrying this on? And the way he was going around it looked like he was if you read it between the lines, it looked like he was talking a bit of gibberish, like he was just repeating himself. He didn't know how to fully answer it. So
he basically said what Clark said, in fairness. He basically said that he didn't think the story had properly been told. That's basically what I think he was kind of saying.
He just kept on saying, I remember he was kept on saying, like, there's more to the story. You think it's going to end, or there's more, more. But there is a certain, even with certain movies, there's certain films where you feel like, okay, maybe they could have trimmed off 5 minutes here, or
that's true.
So I feel like he was just going around in the circle. He didn't know how to handle that question. But yeah, in terms of if Vince is in full control, we will have to wait until Friday when it's on SmackDown, because they're not in LA, they're in Portland. So, and see how that show ends up. That's when I can fully answer that question. We'll have to wait Friday.
It's going to be an interesting one, and we'll be back in rainy Wales by then.
Yay, fun.
I'll actually be in Wales too, because I'm getting back to London on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm then Friday morning. So I'm not Wednesday, but actually there on Thursday. Then Friday morning, I'm going to Wales.
Fair enough. I'll be joining you on the next day on Saturday.
Oh, so, yeah. Gosh, it's a busy few days, isn't it? Traveling.
Yeah, I gotta love it. I don't know how these I fully commend artists and all people in the entertainment business do these tours, because I'm complaining after just 2 days of traveling. So,
that those flights are not fun. But what has been fun is this week. It's been an absolute blast. We were in Ring of Honor both nights of WrestleMania. Raw after Mania. It has truly been the trip of a lifetime.
120%.
And yeah, it's been great here in LA. And we went to Disneyland today as well, actually. And that was an absolute blast. But talking about Disneyland and talking about all things merchandise related, we decided we have to talk about the WrestleMania Superstore, considering how much we've been there the last few days. And quite frankly, I thought, who was better to do it than the two guys who spent a hell of a lot of their money through the last couple of days and made some great purchases. So taking my spot in the host chair, we have got Soul. I'm letting him host for the first time ever.
Yes.
And then replacing Chaos, we have Mr. Anthony Ricciardi. Come on, take over, boys.
All right. Now that Barbie and Ken have pissed off, here we go.
Barbie and Ken.
Hello, folks. Finally. Hello, shaggers of all people. Good to have you here on this not this whole sessions. Jesus Christ.
You don't even know what show you're on anymore.
It's late. What do you want from me? Daily broadcast. True. I'm finally hosting. Took too long off.
Hell froze over.
Hey, boss. Too long.
Yeah, too long.
Prick. Here we go. Right. Anthony.
This is my favorite.
Yes, I know. I'm going to make you break for this the whole time. You're going to be giggling so much.
Yeah, let's see.
Now,
you do realize I co-host with Clark a lot of times, so I'm used to breaking on air. But go ahead.
Not with me. What the hell have I done to you? You've been giggling so much. You could, like Monster Inc., you could power the whole damn city.
Because we've been a bad influence on each other in the store. That's why.
Indeed. Speaking of the Superstore, we've been there 4 or 5 times now.
At least 4, I think.
At least 4. And early days as well. Like, we didn't wait till late. We got there straight away, pretty much.
Friday was the first day we went.
Yeah,
we didn't go the first day.
True, no. We didn't know what the carnage was first day of the Superstore, but obviously we know on Instagram and everything like that. Rhea and Dom were in there. They did a little bit of spray painting on the canvases.
Yes. Now, you, if I remember correctly, you made a purchase the first day. I got pissed off because I was lied to. That the mini titles were sold out.
Yes. So,
and I walk away.
That's all
right.
We got to. Did you not go to film school? Free act structure, man. Come on, God's sake.
You tell you the version. Go ahead.
So, Friday, we live here in the good old City of Angels. We all decided to walk away to the Superstore, do our own little thing, and there was a big ass line.
Yes.
Yeah. So the line into it was actually wrapping around the whole center and as well, which is mental. I mean,
move quickly though.
Touche. Moves very quickly, very rapidly. Like it. We got in and it was a sight.
Yes,
it was a sight. You go in and had all the super WWE superstars and movie posters.
Yes,
from Drew to Ronda to Edge to Brock, everyone was pretty much there.
Yes,
and then as you go in, straight dead center was the big prizes, the championship replicas, the belts, the big OGs. Even the shitty Winged Eagle. Boo.
No. Hey, I love the Winged Eagle. Why do we got to shit on the Winged Eagle?
You fucking mark. So, shut up. We go up.
I'm sorry if I prefer the belt with class, but continue on with the story.
Look, I love the belt. It's like a fidget spinner. It's fun as shit. So, to the story. We walk up. And so basically, to go back a wee even time bit, we had a plan there of what we wanted to get. We all wanted me.
My sole goal was the mini title.
The mini title. So
that was my number one goal.
People not seen this, you'll see on the Take It to the Table vlog of our whole trip. The mini title basically comes in like a wee film clip art board box. Opens up, very cool indeed. Opens up, says I am here, kind of similar to the Clash one, which came in the castle, which I got. Beautiful little thing. And it's yellow Swarovski crystals, and it basically says WrestleMania 39 on it. It's a beautiful title. So me, Anthony, and our Chaos my co-hosts on Take It to the Table all rock up to get these things. And there was some prick who had like 3 or 5 PayPal gift cards taking his damn ass time to be served.
I've never seen anybody try to pay for something with multiple gift cards or debit. I don't know what they were, but seriously, if you're going to a Superstore, use a credit card like a normal person.
Preach.
Who knows? Maybe mommy and daddy were getting divorced and that was just Christmas presents.
All I know is that screwed me out of the title, but continue on with the story.
So we got up there and you were the first one to pretty much get served by a cashier, right?
Yes.
And you asked for the mini title. And to be classified, they had the mini titles in like a glass display box and behind with the other side plates and championship titles.
And I was specifically told we are sold out. I said, are you going to get any more? And I am told, I don't know. So I walk away at that point because that's the only thing I was getting. Then I get told, no, they're selling the ones in the display cases, which you were lucky to get one, and so was Chaos.
And to say that,
wait a minute. Before we get there, I said, dude, the hell? You told me they were sold out. Oh, you could get the one in the display case. I literally see them take that one and sell it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Now, I did get one. Of course, I had to pay a little bit of a premium, but I picked up a really much better piece the next day because I didn't buy anything the rest of the night.
We'll get to that, man. We'll get to that. But I always want to bring in a third party to this because he was the one that actually noticed the guy who was selling them in the freaking cases. My boy, the big man, the OG, Mr. Flip Flops himself. Chaos. How the hell did you know this guy was selling them in the freaking cases, man? Like you were there. I remember you being in the corner, and then you were just like, "Bro, so they're selling the titles in the cases." And I was like, "Shit, what the hell did you do? Did you finesse them or what?"
Wait. Which cases? Sorry.
Remember the mini titles? We were there. I mean, you were around the corner, and then you told me like they're actually selling them now.
Yeah. So
come on, get down. Let the viewers see your face.
This one, that's a bit suspicious.
Christ, you've just eaten Anthony now, Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. That's that wham.
That's protein.
So this is the same time when we actually got them, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So obviously with the gift card stuff, and then I just went around the corner, and then what else happened? There was one guy that was buying about like 3 big titles. And then this guy was all over the place. He was stressing, he was sweating buckets that was serving us. So luckily that's when you actually came around the corner and just pretty much elbowed me out of the way and got and this is like, I'll take the last one.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I was just there, I was just like, oh my god. And then they somehow found one behind one of the big titles. And then whilst that was happening, there was another family that literally took about 2 in there, and then that's when Anthony came in, and then all that big scuffle happened. So it was absolutely not the best experience, and with clueless staff. But you know who I wish we actually did so that would have definitely hooked us up? Zeus,
our boy Zeus. We'll get to Zeus.
We'll get to Zeus.
Zeus is a very good guy in this story. But obviously on that first day as well, I bought 2 more things as well. So I had bought. I bought the mini title, 39 side plates, and a signed Cody and signed damage control.
Now,
calm your tits, big man.
Now, keep in mind, Soul made all the purchases the first day. I bought nothing.
Yep.
Continue.
So we bought that. And I think that was us pretty much done for the first day. But, but going on about the story as well, there was so many cool pieces of gear and history pieces as well.
Eddie Guerrero's Lowrider was there.
Eddie's undisputed title.
Yes. Taker's different Taker codes.
Taker from 37, I think it was. It might have been.
They actually had, which I was kind of surprised, they had Mudas, great Mudas, last year, which obviously
didn't even take place in WWE, but it was very cool to see it on display.
Even the bye-bye mask that was with Darby and Sting in that match was so a piece of AEW history can't technically in the WWE.
They had the giant WCW logo from Nitro, which Clark and I took a picture in front of.
They had Andy Kaufman's gear as well as his intergender title that he had as well.
Yep.
And they also had JBL stuff as well, and a whole load of titles as well. They had the old SmackDowns, they had the European, they had.
Wait, what about? And you and I love this. We did. Neither one of us bought this.
Oh.
They had a Dominic Mysterio plaque.
Ah, yes.
And the best part of it was he signed it ex-con Dom.
1 of 1, baby.
It was 1 of 1. It was there earlier in the day.
And some prick bought it.
later on in the night, somebody did, but that was the last day.
It was a hell of a piece.
That was yesterday, the last day.
Yeah.
But so we went back the next day, which was Saturday, the first day of Mania. Right?
It was.
Yeah. And I said, well, maybe they got more mini titles. Of course, they did not. So I think you were already at the display case, if I'm not mistaken. And I sidled up and went, wait a minute. What do you guys want for that?
Yeah. So to clarify here,
I was going to get there.
I'm taking over. I'm kidding. Go on, big man. Go on.
Okay. It was a piece of ring canvas signed by Cody from the infamous Hell in a Cell match, the Torn Pec match. They had that, and they had the WrestleMania debut, same thing for Cody. I had the choice between either one of them, and I went, well, I got to go Torn Pec. So I asked the person working the counter, I said, what's the story with this? How many do you have? That's the only one. I wasn't going to be denied a second time.
Nope.
So I bought that one. However, when they opened the case, that's when my buddy right here turns around and goes, I want the other one. And right on cue, JBL's music hit. And go ahead, Saul, deliver the line that you delivered on Saturday.
Yeah, that's my wallet screaming.
So that was my first big purchase. I bought a couple different shirts. You definitely, I think you spent more money in the store than I did.
I think I spent more money than all 5 of you pricks put together.
We got ourselves a whale.
Oh, God. Because, I mean, literally, as soon as you opened that case for that awesome plaque, I was just like, screw it, I'll buy it.
Yeah, we ended up with both Codys. They did have, which we did not buy, but apparently someone did buy. They had a WWE Championship signed by Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, and the dude dropped $6,000 for it.
Yeah, $6,000 on this title as well. They had it for the WWE Championship and the Universal. So on the behind the side with all the signed signature stuff, there was some there. Other side, they had the Universal, and apparently some guy bought that $6,000 one and the whole left side of the signature part as well. So I mean, there's people dropping like $5,000 and like $10,000,
and it was all credit card. Like you could not use cash.
No cash.
Which
was annoying to me because I had plenty of cash with me and I kind of wanted to use it, but I was always using my goddamn card.
Well, I think it's safety because they didn't want somebody stealing all that money. That's a lot. I mean, it was a lot of money going through those registers that day. Not us.
Yeah,
not all of us, but a lot of people were. I mean, I'm trying to think. Oh, they had a Bailey Buddy plaque.
Oh,
I don't think anybody bought that.
No, but surprisingly enough, it was only $500.
Yeah,
like, that shocked me. Like I thought, that'd be easy, like easy near $1,000 because it's a Bailey Buddy. That was like a. Oh God, yeah. I'll get to that, Chaos. So Chaos here loves his pop vinyls, like every other teenage girl on TikTok. And I wanted the Cody one that was signed, and I was thinking, maybe that'll be like $150. One of that. Chaos, how much was that, big man?
$390.
Yeah, pass.
Wait, what about last night when we went and it was like a ghost town because it was close to, and you and I, because there's not much there, we come across skateboards.
Oh yeah.
Neither one of us skate, but we liked one, but we had to walk away. Even Clark almost turned around and bought one and had to walk away. Am I not mistaken, Clark?
I know. But I'll say as well, like I'm so glad I didn't go night 2 because I was gonna buy all that Cody shit.
I ended up getting the one shirt to finish the story one. Hopefully, eventually that'll be true.
Yeah, that was just a preview. That was just like a sampler from like, I don't know.
Well, you wanted the side plates.
Yeah, so I mean, they had Cody Rhodes side plates there, and I just thought they looked really cool. And I was like, oh, I'll get that if he wins the WWE Championship Universal. Nice wee spice up, but nah, denied again. Was gonna get the IC and Drew's plates V1, nope, denied again. So I'm pretty set now that I bought 3 39 side plates.
Yeah,
not for eBay because I'm not that much of a dick. I mean, I'm a dick, but not much of a dick. And my plan is
I can confirm that.
Thank you. I'm going to buy the SmackDown Women's Championship, have Rhea's side plates on one side, then the 39, sort of like a commemorative, like she won it at this date for this championship. And I might get the tag belts for the women tag belts and have Becky and Lita's on one of them because I really enjoyed that match. I'm even thinking of Gunther's for the IC as well, just because I enjoyed that. Yeah. And heck, just because I feel like Roman Reigns is just on a dominant spree, no one really can beat him. Why not just get the WWE Championship in Universal? Because I mean, we saw the champions and they do look so good in person.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things I was afraid of seeing those big titles. That if I went to a WrestleMania Superstore, I was going to go home with one of those belts.
Yeah,
I did not go home with any of those belts. I have belts, but I didn't buy any of those, so I'm very happy. But one thing I do want to address is the fact that you and I are both wearing, We the Ones, and so did Chaos. That was the plan when we went to Disney today, that we'd all go wearing the We the Ones, and we did a photo in front of the Millennium Falcon, which, was a lot of fun.
It was definitely a grand one, I must say. Indeed, there was a load of great shirts there as well. The Seth one you got was amazing.
Oh yeah, the whoa.
Sorry,
cool. Good.
It's you're contractually obligated to do that. I know.
Yeah, you're my co-host. I gotta have you here. But I mean, there's plenty of other great ones as well. The Seth Woe shirt, the We the One shirt, the Sammy, WrestleZania, and
yeah,
Kevin
they had
Owens
that
shirt.
one, which neither one of us bought.
No, I mean even the Cody shirts. But I want to ask.
He's a one.
He is the one. But I got to ask you, Anthony. There were so many mental items in their shop, some weird things that were out of left field. Is there a particular item in the store that sits in your mind and you think,
oh yeah,
why the hell did they even make this?
The Gold Skull Sugar Bowl. that comes to mind easily.
I think the one for me is the one we saw was the Alexa Bliss music box.
Yeah, but they've been selling that. Like
really?
that was, yeah, I think they have.
Such a weird one. It was like a lily thing. You pop it in a Jack in the Box and you wind up. And
I did find it kind of funny. They had the Karrion Kross hourglass, and I'm going, was there really that much of a demand that they needed to bring this to the Superstore?
They probably produced it when they thought Karrion Kross was going to win, and then Triple H was like, "Oh shit, he sucks."
I mean, I'm trying to think of what other like really weird stuff that they had.
I think the Alexa Bliss mask as well. I liked it. I thought it was cool looking, but it was just.
Well, you wanted to wear it to scare Allison.
You could cough in front of Allison and you'd scare him.
I won't deny that. Continue.
But I think even though I've been to the AEW Fan Fest one and compared this to the Superstore basically, slaps on the face and then tells it his mother's dead or some shit like that. I mean, it was.
That's really detailed.
Look, when you're really tired, and I'm wearing these glasses because I got dark rings under my eyes, like the goddamn black hole. So I'm pretty done in right now. I'm just ready for this 10-hour flight so I can just wake up and be like, oh, great. I have to go out clubbing with my mates as soon as I get back home. Great. I just need to survive. But look, I think with the Superstore, whenever they do it, I'm sure they do it for WrestleManias all the time and even Survivor Series and all that. Such a great source of income for the company. Really, it's just.
There's one thing that I want to talk about. Had specifically, believe you specifically asked me prior to this trip, what do you think the Superstore is like? I'm like, it's the WWE shop in person. That's what it is. Was I wrong with that description?
Nah, man, it's the IKEA of shit, man. I think it's just truly an enjoyable experience. I mean, I spent so much money in there.
I spent a decent amount, not yours, but yeah, I spent a decent
I spent enough money that Triple H's kids are going to go to college, so I think
you did say that.
But you know what? It's weird because I regret buying some. I regret things I didn't buy. There's some things I wish I got.
What?
I wish I got a Rhea Ripley autograph, Cena autograph, Seth autograph, Becky Lynch autograph. Even
Didn't you get Damage Control?
Yeah, it's Damage Control.
Yeah, I know the stable that there's no explanation why they're together, but continue.
Like it was a nice WrestleMania 39 exclusive one. I got 8 out of 39, so I'll take it. It's something. I mean, I think even me and Chaos were playing 2K in the Superstore because they had everything there pretty much. 2K figures.
Yeah, they had the figures, including the Cody Torn Peck one that's coming out, the Mankind from the King of the Ring, the Hell in a Cell. They had that on display. The amazing Ultimate Edition Seth Rollins that's coming out with the robe. Yeah, they had a lot of really cool stuff on display.
Indeed, they did, and I feel like for 40, they're gonna go bigger.
Well, they have to. It's 40.
Yeah, no, it's
they always go bigger, and it's in Philly next year, so it should be
exactly when you
they'll go over the top.
Yeah, exactly. When you turn 40, your hair starts falling out. You get gray. Things don't work like they used to, right, Chaos?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're talking about hair falling out, so do we really want to go there?
Shut your hole, you prick. Well,
you open the door.
Yeah, this isn't the Forbidden Door. I'm going for that in June, so I'm going to be happy as shit for that. Yeah. with the way WWE's going right now, I'm already happy.
CM Punk versus
they just got
Okada. I don't know.
They just got bought for $9 billion. I mean, really? You really going to complain?
Yes, I am going to complain. I always freaking complain.
That's $9 billion plus what?
What, my 1,200?
Yeah, so
Hey, I have shares in WWE. I'm happy.
Fair enough.
Business plan. I just basically paid myself.
I don't believe that's how that works, but continue.
Yeah, it does what it is. But final thing to wrap this up in the Superstore and the whole thing. I know what you're gonna say, but is there anything you wish they'd done differently? Product or system or anything?
Wish they had more mini titles, and they wouldn't have had to pay a premium. But other than that, I mean, no. I mean, I thought it was very well done as far as it was a lot of stuff and a lot of people, but I kind of felt like everything kind of moved pretty quickly in there.
Here's something I would have liked, and something the AEW did for their Fan Fest and Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
You're having all this talent come over and do here, some to sit in catering and do nothing. Why not have free autograph or free picture stuff as well?
Free would have been beneficial. I mean, I know
like Carmella, LA Knight, Shotzi. Well, Shotzi was on the main card. Maybe just like people who are not going to do anything.
Oh, it was great with the music playing.
Oh yeah,
the music playing. There were even the old themes. Like it was like the old Triple H theme when he was with Chyna back in the day. Kane's was playing. Nation of Domination was playing when we left last night.
Yeah. JBL as well.
Well, we know they know about JBL because that was the cue that Soul's Bank approved his purchase. But
yeah, I definitely would have liked maybe some free pictures or autographs or stuff like that, because there would have been just like an extra scent of like, ooh, maybe it's going to change. You might have NXT stars or.
You know what? One thing that I kind of wish they would have let us do, if you were able to take a picture in Eddie's lowrider.
Oh God,
they wouldn't let you. They wouldn't let you. Even touch the car. It was behind ropes. But
no, I think if you touch that thing, Viva La Raza would play, and then people would jump you.
I know they have done in the past. They would let you take a picture in a ring with like the Hell in the Cell and shit.
Yeah, but didn't some guy climb that, and then it caused a bit of a panic?
Oh, that I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
I like things that make the WWE bad. Is in my memory banks. But hey, guys, this has been the Daily Broadcast hosted by me, no one else, because I'm the MVP. Now to tune in for tomorrow. Do you think they should add some people to Judgment Day? I think Karrion Kross or Corbin.
No.
Cool. Add on. Yeah, I think Judgment Day is a very mixed bag right now. Things are weird for that thing. But Braun Breaker turning heel, necessary.
I gotta be honest, I have not seen it yet. But quite frankly, he should be on the main roster and shouldn't be continuing on NXT at the moment. But I would like to see the turn though, when I actually get the chance to watch it.
Yeah, maybe he could turn heel in some stilettos or something like that. Be interesting. But you know what?
Wow, that's taking a turn, aren't you?
It's sleep deprivation. It just hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah,
but hey, look, that's been the Daily Broadcast. I've been finally hosting it for once.
It's much better.
Suck it.
It's been much better with you, I said.
He can't even take a compliment. He just assumes.
I hate all of you pricks. Hey, technically, I had it on my resignation day on Pirates of the Caribbean, so I don't work for you fricks anymore.
That was the best. It was a resignation and then insisting when he thought Allison almost died that he owned the company by the end of the night. But continue.
As I've said before on this trip multiple goddamn times, face the facts. I've been your host, so this has been Ashley Ricciardi. This has been the whole group here. And you know what? From the City of Angels to back home in Scotland, one hell of a time, my friends. One hell of a time. Thanks, prick.
What the fuck? Even his assistant gets yelled at.
I drink your milkshake. End the fucking stream.